In this section, you will learn about higher-order functions in JavaScript. An important cornerstone of functional programming is higher-order functions. If you want to write programs in mostly functional style, it is inevitable that you master these concepts. For this reason, you will encounter many practical examples. This introductory video gives you an overview on what higher-order functions are and introduces higher-order functions via examples. As we have already used some higher-order functions, the concepts may not be that new to you. In the second video, you will encounter some utility functions and JavaScript constructs to handle JavaScript arrays. The third video introduces the three primary higher-order functions used in functional programming: map, reduce, and filter. After learning about the basics, the rest of the section gives you some practical examples and use cases. You will learn how to perform joins of two data structures. You will then use the filter function in practice. The last video is about a practical use case. We will convert an array of nodes to a tree. There are a lot of interesting topics, so let's start with the fundamentals first. In the first video of this section, you will learn the simple definition of higher-order functions. I will make sure you remember the definition by showing you some higher-order functions you may already be using. We will conclude this video by implementing an example. We learned in the previous section that JavaScript functions are values. Therefore, functions can be passed to other functions, and they can also be return values of functions. I have good news for you. This is all the theory you need to understand for this section. The name higher-order function seems scary at first, but there is really nothing scary about it. We just pass functions as arguments or return them as return values. Note that you may already know many higher-order functions already, especially if you watch the first two sections. Do you remember the setTimeout function, for example? Its first argument is a function, so setTimeout is a higher-order function. In the previous section, when we talked about context binding, you saw the addEventListener method that accepts a callback function. The video on screen is a short extract from that section. If you would like to refresh your knowledge, go back and watch the video on context binding in the second section. Oh, and by the way, the bind function itself is also a higher-order function. We may also want to write a higher-order function ourselves to demonstrate its usage. Suppose that your task is to format integer values representing cents to currencies. The request includes some customization, such as specifying the currency symbol and the decimal separator. Format currency returns a function with a fixed currency symbol and decimal separator. We pass the formatter a value, then format this value by extracting the whole part and the fractional part. Notice that I used the ES6 math extension trunc to truncate all the results. The return value of this function is constructed by a template literal, concatenating the currency symbol, the whole part, the decimal part, and the fractional part. Notice that the currency symbol and the decimal separator are not passed to the returned function, they are fixed values in it. Let's test drive the higher-order format currency function by creating a formatter function using dollars and the decimal comma. In some parts of the word, instead of a decimal point, a comma is used. As you can see, we can pass integer values to the formatter function, and we get a formatted representation back. Therefore, the format currency higher-order function returned a usable formatter function. We have learned in this video that higher-order functions are functions accepting a function argument or returning a function. You have also seen some examples for higher-order functions. In the last example, we created a format currency higher-order function that returns a formatter function accepting a value and returning a formatted string.